dreaming big for just a few minutes. And you need to know that in spite of everything that's going on, we are still allowed to dream big, right? In fact, I don't want you to think just because I'm doing this talk that I don't believe this pandemic is a real serious issue. And I'm going to mention that here for just a second. I have a son-in-law who could get very ill with this. He has a lung disease from birth. My mom is 80. So I'm taking this very seriously. I hope all of you are. I hope you are staying home, doing your business online, going to the grocery store only when you have to, and all of that. But in spite of all of that, we can still dream big. First of all, do not let anyone tell you that nobody wants to spend money on Tupperware right now. That is not true. I'm getting orders every single day consistently. Remember, and I think this is so important, that at least 50% of the people, maybe more, are still getting paid. There are lots of people out there still getting paid. Government employees, teachers. Do you know that Kroger just gave their employees a $2 an hour raise? So there are people still getting paid. And then there are definitely people not getting paid. And we have so much to help them with. Melissa, thank you. That was amazing training. And we can give them an opportunity to make money at their house and dream big with us. So we've got that. Did you also think about the fact that we are an essential business? Do you know, and if you don't, this is a really important thing, I've just been learning it this week, that when people are purchasing their food, they are recommending that they take it out of the store box cardboard and putting it into a container at their house. We have an entire line of products for that called Modular Mates, guys. We can teach people how to use their product to help them during this pandemic. Are you doing that? Are you giving them ideas with the Tupperware maybe they already have in their home to store their food safely and keep it fresh longer? Are you going live daily, like Melissa talked about, or maybe posting pictures if you're not comfortable with live, or as often as you possibly can, and sharing what your family is eating and what you're cooking using your Tupperware products? Are you daily working to offer the opportunity to people to get free product with Zoom or Facebook or another kind of virtual type party that you might be doing? And they can get those Modular Mates or an easy microwave system or whatever for free or half price. And are you, again, sharing that opportunity with them to know that they could stay home and still make money and make their dreams come true? So talking big during this time and dreaming big during this time, what does that look like? Are you a business leader and you set your dream big goal this year to earn the Royal Crown trip to Canada, or a director and you set your dream big goal this year to earn your Royal Crown trip to the Bahamas? Or you're a consultant or a manager sitting right there today and you set your goal this year to move to director? Or maybe
personally with my Facebook page party.
Or maybe you're a brand new consultant and you signed up 2 days ago and you have absolutely no idea why your director or manager asked you to be on this call today. But we are really glad that you are here if you are. And I have a couple of those on here as well. But no matter what your dream big goal was or currently is, or you need to set a goal, there's some things that are still true today in Tupperware, and they always have been. And they have not changed because we're in a pandemic. Whatever your goal is, if you work for it and you keep it, you will still help more people, sell more Tupperware, make more money, and grow a bigger team or unit than if you don't go for your goal, no matter what. And that's always been the case in Tupperware. Also, if you need to readjust your goal, that's always been the case. Sometimes we need to readjust our goal. Readjust your goal, but be sure that it's still a goal, that it's not just real easy, that it's something that will grow you during this time. I want to share some words. I thought of this morning and decided this was perfect for what we're going through right now. This is a speech. I'm not going to do the whole speech. Don't panic. But it was delivered as the commencement address to the graduates of the University of Texas at Austin on May 17th, 2014 by Admiral William McRaven. There's 10 things he recommended to those graduates that I'm going to share with you today. Number 1, start the day off by making your bed, and every day you will have accomplished your first task of the day. Number 2, remember, you can't dream big alone. In the case of the Navy SEALs, part of their training is to move a small rubber boat down the California coast. They cannot do that alone. If you want to dream big, find someone to help you paddle your boat, or more than someone's, actually. Number 3, measure a person by the size of their heart, not the size of their bank account, or how much Tupperware they can buy or sell, or the color of their skin, or anything else. Just the size of their heart. Number 4, most of us probably know that in the military, the uniform is very important. During SEAL training, if they fail their military uniform inspection, and most often they have worked very hard to make sure it was perfect, but the instructor inevitably found something wrong. So here's what they have to do. They have to run fully clothed into the California surf, get wet from head to toe, roll around on the beach until every part of their body was covered with sand, and stay that way the entire day. The end effect is called a sugar cookie. So number 4 is sometimes no matter how well you prepare or how well you perform, you still end up as a sugar cookie, or in our case, on quarantine. When that happens, get over it, keep moving forward. Number 5, of course, in military training, there are a lot of physical challenges and physical events and obstacle courses. If they fail any of these, their name went on a list. And at the end of the day, this cracked me up, their list, they were invited to something called a circus. That circus was 2 more hours of calisthenics. But ironically, those that ended up on the list in the circus on a regular basis and did not quit ended up stronger and stronger and ended up being the strongest. Life is filled with circuses, guys. This is not the last challenge we will have, and it's not the first one we've ever had. We may feel like we're in a circus, but if we want to dream big, we cannot be afraid of those circuses. Number 6, when the Admiral himself was in SEAL training, it was the year 1977, and there was a particularly difficult obstacle course that they did twice a week. The record for the fastest time of getting through it had stood for years without being broken. One day, a student decided they were going to beat it, and during the slide part of the course, and there was more than one slide, they decided to go down head first. Remember when our kids did that at the playground and we freaked out, or you may have kids trying to do that. When he went down head first, it made the course and the slide much more dangerous, possibly not very smart. And if he got injured, he might be completely out of the program. But guess what? He did it and broke the long-standing record. So if you want to dream big, sometimes you have to slide into obstacles head first. Number 7, part of their training also includes swimming in some waters off of San Clemente. I bet Sharon knows where that is. I have no idea. I guess it's a breeding ground for great white sharks. No kidding. So before the swim, the instructors joyfully, this is how it said in there, told the students, now no student has ever been eaten yet, but if a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground, do not swim away, do not act afraid, and if the shark darts towards you, summon up all your courage and punch him in the snout. No eye, and he will turn and swim away. So the Admiral says. So number 7 is, guys, there are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to make your goals and accomplish your dreams, don't back down to the sharks. Number 8, another training the SEALs do is practice underwater attacks against enemy ships. It's a long swim underwater. They said like 2 miles, And they usually can see a little bit of light coming through the ocean until they get all the way to the enemy ship and they have to go underneath it. Completing the mission means swimming under the ship where it is so dark that they cannot see their hand in front of their face. In addition to that, the noise from the ship's machinery is so deafening, and it is a place that is very easy to get disoriented and fail the test. Every SEAL knows that under the ship at that darkest moment is the time when they must be calm, composed, not panic or give into the fear. So number 8 is dream big. You must be at your very best at the darkest moment. Number 9, the Admiral tells a story that they were in a particularly hard week of training. It's actually called Hell Week. They were in the middle of 15 hours of freezing cold mud, freezing wind, and the instructors are yelling at them, just quit, because, they're needling them. So his team apparently, or his class, got into some trouble, and so they were told to go back into the mud, clear up to their necks, and instructors hollering at them to quit. All of a sudden, somebody in that group, in mud up to their necks, started singing. He said the song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, and then 3, and before you know it, they were all singing to encourage each other to make it through the test. So to dream big, we must sing through the mud, or in our case, the pandemic, right? And number 10, the final lesson from SEAL training is much the same as Tupperware. Now there is a bell, but this bell is different than Cheryl's bell. If you decide you've had enough, you can no longer do this, you don't have the goal of being a Navy SEAL, and you are done, you go ring the bell. So rule number 10 is, if you want to dream big and make your goals happen, no matter what, in their case, do not ring that bell. And in our case, do not quit. Thanks for listening. Thanks for attending. And you indeed can dream big even through a pandemic.